Okay, so I do want to assign some assignments for you. So a little bit of homework for you to work on during this week. It's going to be the same quick mood scale. The only difference is that from now on, we are going to have another category towards the bottom. Okay? So this category on the bottom, it's going to ask you to fill in how many activities you did throughout that day. Okay, so we're talking about healthy activities that help you with your mood, if you did any. So you'll go ahead and mark how many you did. We'll go ahead and discuss them in our next session. So some of these activities can be activities that you do on your own, activities that you do with your friends, with family members, with just overall any type of activity that you do. They can be part of any category. So these could be self-care activities, fun activities, meaningful activities. So as long as you're maintaining yourself active, you're trying to do some of the activities that we've talked about. So a good source for you would be referring back to some of the activities that we did. We did fill out the box of the activities that you could do on your own with others at a free or little cost and quick and easy activities. So I know we did sign a small commitment contract. So that's where we can kind of like get started with it. So making sure that we're doing some of those activities throughout the week and rate yourself. So rate yourself based on how you're feeling. Did these activities help you? Do you notice the difference in your mood? If you didn't do an activity, do you see the difference in how you rated your mood that day? So it's just a matter of being a little bit more detailed to track your mood, to track your activities, and see the connection between them. Okay, so this is going to be your assignment for the week, and we'll review it at the beginning of our next session. Okay, so I do want to gather some comments, some feedback from you on today's session, just so that I could be aware of any changes or maybe something that you really want to work on in further sessions. What was difficult for you about today's session?
That happened and I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of them. I think it was kind of easy to come up with it, like the best case
Okay.
scenario, but I had trouble filling all the stuff
Mhm.
in between.
Okay. And do you know why it was easiest for you to do the worst and best case scenario?
Because really I know what I'm most afraid of
Mhm.
and what I want,
Yeah.
an ideal
Yeah.
situation to be.
Okay. Yeah, and doing the chain activity can definitely be very difficult for many of us. We all know where our mood stands, but based on those activities, we really don't know in what direction it's going to take us. It could take us into a negative uh, area, and we want ourselves to go into a positive direction. So it's like how you mentioned, like what's your goal, what your accomplishment is. So that can be a bit difficult. And that's something that we're just gonna work throughout our sessions. Um, what was something that was most helpful for you in terms of improving your mood? Yeah.
So I hadn't really thought of that
Hmm.
before, but now like going through it, yeah, there are things that are just very easy to
Yeah.
do that was easier earlier.
Hmm. Yeah. So I'm glad you were able to notice that, to know that there's activities that are available for you at your home, listening to music, cooking a meal. These are all activities that can help you with your mood. And then maybe in the future, we can take it, a little step closer to your goal and maybe stepping out of the home, socializing, talking to other people. So I'm just taking small steps to get there. And lastly, do you have any suggestions to improve treatment or anything that you would like? Hmm.
I guess if I so I can like put a number down on
Hmm.
the list, but I don't really feel like I'm able to do it.
Yeah.
I want to feel that motivation again.
Hmm.
So if I
Yeah.
can learn to do
Okay. No, yeah, definitely. I know right now it's more of a task. It has to get done regardless whether you want it or not. And that's the starting point. Later on, we're going to be able to fight those challenges, and for you to have the desire to be in a better mood, to be and participate in activities that you enjoy and that you once enjoyed. So that's definitely something we're also going to be working on um, for next week. I know today we spent a lot on coming up with a connection between activities and mood, and that's something that we're going to continue touching on because again, we have to be aware that there is that strong connection between our mood and our activities. Whatever we do affects our mood, either in a positive or a negative way. So, our next section, I do want to focus on overcoming those challenges and those obstacles that get in the way of doing these activities. So, we know what activities are available to you, we know what activities you enjoy and what activities you want to try. So now we have to work on overcoming those barriers, those challenges that get in the way of reaching those activities. Okay, so those are the plans for next week. Don't forget to do the assignments for us to review. Okay,
it. Sounds good.
thank you. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.